back with my friend Megan and Kylie. They're both hairstylists with me at Fresh Hair Salon, so I thought we'd bring them in and have a little powwow and talk about expectations for your hair versus the reality of what hairdressers can do for you. So just pay attention and just know that we're doing this to help kind of coach you guys through. It's a learning experience and just a little insight into our world.
So there's a few little topics that we're gonna wanna go over. The first one being Pinterest expectations of color for your hair. Often, I would say probably once every couple weeks, we have someone bringing a picture of white, icy gray almost colored hair. We call it the guy tang.
The picture I'm showing them.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's really pretty color. So the
Like,
problem
I kinda
is,
want it. Can we do it to mine?
no.
No.
So the problem is, generally speaking, the person who comes in with this hair has already dyed hair. So they've got color, stylist, box, whatever the case may be. Could be red, could be black, that comes in and wants that icy blonde. And
Ring light's getting in
so,
the way. There it is. Bingo.
yeah, so they want the icy blonde. The problem with that is, the expectation is that we can get you there in one sitting.
A 2-hour session.
Ain't gonna happen.
And for $100.
And it's just not gonna happen. And so this is per person type situation. You could come in and it could take us 2 settings. You could come in and it could take us 8 settings. So take it for what it is. It depends on where your hair's at and what we're gonna have to do to get you there. But let's talk about pricing, timing, what things look like.
There's so much to talk about because so you see these pictures on Pinterest and you see, like we said, Guy Tang does a lot of these pictures that people are bringing in. He is great. He also uses a lot of extensions. He's also about $1,600 to $2,000. He'll do it for you in one day, but it's like an 8-hour session.
He's doing like one person a day. That's it.
And
he's
also,
not doing multiples.
Yeah, and he also has an assistant, and there's somebody working one side of the head and the other side of the head, and you know he's doing all this work. And you're also looking at professional photos.
Yeah, right. I really wish I had an assistant.
It'd be so nice. But so you got to keep that stuff in mind. So it may be an idea. It gives us an idea of the direction that you're wanting to go, but we can't make it look like that. To be identical. It just it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in one session, and it's going to be quite pricey if we did do it in one session.
Yeah. Well, and you have to remember too, everybody's hair texture is different.
Yes.
Everybody's hair history is different.
Yes.
You know, I have never put box color on my hair, so that's not going to be an issue with me. But you know, Betty Jo down the street could be box coloring her hair for the last 16 years with black box color and come in and be like, I want the silver ashy hair.
And it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Today. And you have to look at the integrity of their hair, if they've been doing a lot of heat styling, if they had a lot of previous blonde highlights and then it's been colored with box color. You know, and if you don't tell us this, the bleach is going to tell us. So we put bleach on your hair. You say, oh, I've box colored it, but you don't say, oh, I had highlights 2 months ago before I box colored it, and we put bleach on. Your hair is going to be on the floor. Yeah. It's going to be melted off.
Yeah.
Do not be embarrassed of your hair history. When we ask you what has been on your hair, when have you done your hair, what kind of color, don't be afraid to tell us. I had highlights a month ago. I had box color before that. I had because we're not sitting there judging you saying, oh my gosh, you gotta have box color. It doesn't matter.
No.
It's actually just for our knowledge. It's like you wouldn't go to the doctor and say like, oh no, I've not been on any medications when you've been on 100. You've gotta tell us so we know how to proceed from there, because it definitely changes the entire chemistry and the entire plan and game plan that we have for your hair.
A lot of you will come in too and say, I would like honey highlights or peanut butter highlights, or you'll show a picture and say, I love the honey that I'm seeing in her hair. And when I'm looking at that picture, I actually see a Rice Krispie treat. So this is the color of honey. So this is what I think of when I think of honey. When someone says I want peanut butter, I think of this color, peanut butter. So kind of know when you're saying I want peanut butter highlights, honey highlights, caramel highlights, Rice Krispie treat, a banana peel, whatever.
All those highlights.
You know,
Delicious.
it sounds wonderful. I love using food as an example, but be aware of the colors you're talking about. So when you see a picture, pictures are great.
That's why we
want
love
you to bring
pictures.
pictures. We do want you to bring pictures.
Because your honey might not be my honey.
Yes.
Yes, like this may be honey to you guys, But like, do y'all think that's honey?
Oh no, I see buttery.
Yeah.
I see Rice Krispie
Beige.
treat, and I see like marshmallows.
Yeah, I see absolutely zero honey.
No.
But people will bring pictures like this in to see me all the time. Be like, I want these honey highlights.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you really want honey highlights or do you want this?
Like beige. That's beige.
Yeah. It's a beautiful color, but it's not honey.
It's definitely like a wheat and beige and Rice Krispie treat color.
That's the beauty of this, is that you can, instead of having to like put a guesswork into it and say I want honey, when to you honey means kind of a tan, kind of caramely type color. Me, honey, I see copper. So when you bring in a picture and you say I like this honey highlight, which is really coppery. Do you see how copper that is, y'all? It's gold copper.
It's
is what honey
dark.
is. And it's darker. It's darker than you think.
Yeah.
So I think when people see that, they see this
Yes.
and not this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference. But the beauty of it is when you ask for honey highlights and you show me a picture, I'm like, she actually wants Rice Krispie colored highlights or golden kind of colored highlights and not coppery. So talking through and taking pictures in is actually a beautiful thing, but listen to your stylist, and any stylists that are watching, don't be afraid to tell someone it's not going to happen.
No.
You know, and no, like you would rather say no than regret it later.
Yeah.
Promise.
I'd rather
Been there, done
overpromise
that.
than underpromise.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd rather underpromise than overpromise.
Yes.
Because if I overpromise something, then my client's going to be disappointed that she didn't get what I told her I could get.
I like
but
to-
if I underpromise
Right.
and exceed those expectations, then you're just going to love it even more.
Set expectations at a 5. If you give them a 7, congratulations.
Yeah. And then if you give them a 5, that's what you told them you were going to get.
Exactly. So that's a fun little color lesson. That being said, to get hair from black to Guytan gray, you've got to be willing to be honey, copper orange. You've got to be willing to be peanut butter. You've got to be willing to be inside of a banana peel pale yellow. And then possibly, if your hair can stand it, to be that gray, white, platinum, icy color.
Absolutely.
So
and these things like aren't going to happen overnight. No. And even if you are doing multiple appointments, those multiple appointments aren't happening in the same week.
No, and know that like I just said, that's almost 4 to 5 appointments for one person if their hair is in the shape that they can do that. So that being said, it's definitely...
Would you say like 6 to 8 weeks in between each appointment at least?
Yeah.
With major deep conditioning treatments.
Yeah,
and protein treatments.
Yeah.
And also, if you have color, like say you have Megan's hair, and then you want to go to my hair. This is not like, I want a foil, I want a few highlights, this is a corrective color. This is something that we need a consultation on. So if we mark on our book, you call in and say, I want a foil, and you want blonde highlights, you want my color.
I've blocked out 2 hours.
Yes, I blocked out about 2.5 hours. And so then you come in and I see that you have Megan's hair and you want my hair. This is a corrective color. There's a whole nother ball game.
That's
and
a 4.5 hour.
Oh yeah, we need to know
minimum.
this. And the price has now changed dramatically. So we need to know this. So it's very important that you, if you are a first time client, that you come in for a complimentary consultation, because that's huge.
We'd rather you come in for 15 minutes and us tell you no.
Yes.
Or tell you how long it's going to take and
give you a correct price point.
Then for us to really disappoint you when you show up for your 2.5 hour appointment.
And it's not happening. Because like me as a stylist, I'll send you out the door. I'll be like, I can't do that today.
Or I'll say, I can get you blonder. Just not that blonde today.
Or if you want to reschedule for it maybe 2 days later, and I can dedicate 4 or 5 hours to you versus the 2, and you're going to walk out really disappointed.
Yes. Okay, so another fun thing that happens a lot for us is that we have people that come in with like short hair like this, which is super cute.
I love this cut. Makes me want to chop my hair off.
It is so cute. Love it. Love the color, everything. But then they come in wanting this color. So here's the problem with that. You're showing us long hair, flowing hair, and your hair
if you cover it
cut off to here. Yeah. So that's the color you're gonna get. If you wanted my hair with this color, but your hair's here, look what happens. Like, you can get a little bit on the tips, but not much. You're not gonna get that long, flowing ombre type color without long hair.
No.
So just know that if you have short hair, try to look at colors on short hair and don't bring in long hair picks for short hair.
Right.
If that makes sense.
I tell people all the time, kind of what Megan did. If you like a color and you have short hair, cover up the ends to about your length. See what you think. See if you like what it looks like. Or even do this. Say, hey, I like her color, but I want
the bottom,
this part of it.
Yes, I want that part.
You know, I just want the medium part of it.
Yeah.
So We also have a problem with clients coming in with unrealistic expectations for their hair texture. My hair is incredibly fine, very thin, kind of brittle. I know that for myself, I can't just lift my color really quick because my hair would jump off of my head. Mass exodus, it would not be good. So the problem is having clients that come in with a picture or with hair like this. You see how fine and thin that hair is? Yikes, that's me.
Is that really you?
That's really me.
Oh,
hey. Folks, it's pretty sad. There'll be a meeting afterwards.
Thin Hair Anonymous.
Thin Hair Anonymous.
I'm Kylie.
I'm Kylie. I was born with thin hair. For whatever reason, if your hair's thin and you bring in a picture of someone with gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs of hair.
Like this.
Like that. By
All
the
kinds
way,
of hair.
I know my hair looks really thick today because I have my natural curls and it makes me look like Tina Turner. But
Big
I promise
Lucy's
you,
not turning.
you saw the picture of my hair. It ain't gonna look like that when I curl it. It's gonna look fine and thin. My natural curls, like I said, I can get some extra volume with a diffuser. But if you have thin hair, look for pictures of women with thin, fine hair. What you don't see in a lot of these Pinterest or editorial or magazine type photos is that they have sectioned their hair up the middle, pushed it all forward, taken clips,
And made it look
and
really...
forced it to be voluminous and big. And
God.
what you also haven't seen is that they have put about 300 pounds of extension and weave
I look
in that
fabulous.
hair like Shilb. The thing is, just know that when you have thin, fine hair, you're not going to be able to leave looking like some big Victoria's Secret.
You can if we push
Now,
it forward
I
and
was about
clip
to say,
like this.
or we can put
extensions in it.
extensions in your hair, and that would totally help the problem. So that being said, if you're coming in with thin, fine hair, either find pictures of people with thin, fine hair on Pinterest. Definitely type in thin, fine hair. It's on there.
Oh, another one too is that if you're coming in, say you are blonde, say you're showing, and you want a short haircut and you're blonde and you want a bob, or you see like these cute, like the picture that you had shown that has the little choppy bob, and you bring in a black bob, like black hair bob, that is gonna look completely different. So try to pick out colors that are your hair color, because black, like we've talked about this before, shows form and shape. So when you're looking at a black bob, you are seeing those lines, those beautiful lines in that shape. You're not gonna see it as much in blonde hair. So it's gonna look different. It's gonna be a little more flowy and wispy and light. So,
I wish my hair did that.
so yeah. So
They
you
say
have
like
to.
Cleopatra could have had 800 layers and you would have never known.
Yes.
Because they all blended and it just
Yes.
showed her little
Yes.
form.
So be aware of that too, knowing that you're gonna pick something with your hair texture, your hair color, and your hair length when you bring us pictures.
Yeah.
So, one more thing I want to add to that is that when you have a box, let's say she's box colored and you want my
This is
color.
a really good box color.
really
Well,
good.
even not box
Or even
color.
not, just you've colored your hair dark and you've done.
And you could have gone to a stylist
Yes,
too.
you could have gone to stylist. You've been doing dark for years and years and years and years, and you're like, I think I want to go lighter. I think I want to start gradually going lighter. You don't
Even if
want
it's just a level or two.
Yeah, just a level. Can you put this lighter brown on my hair, on my dark hair?
Up here.
Yeah, I can't, because color doesn't lift color. Color affects color. It'll change it slightly, but it's not gonna lift color. So when you tell us to put a light brown color on it, no, we're talking
still color
corrective.
correction.
We're
It's color
talking. We're
correction.
also talking the big ugly B word that a lot of people don't like is bleach.
Yes.
You have
And a bleach wash.
bleach. It's a thing. I think back in the 80s when people were over
Yeah.
bleaching and over frying and pulling bleach through the ends every single time they colored and it fried
They
their
were
hair out.
frosting it.
Everyone freaked out, and I have clients who are like, I want it to be lighter and blonde, but I don't want to
want
use
bleach.
bleach or ammonia. And I'm like, well, sorry. I mean,
about
it's
that.
kind of, it's the name of the game. It's kind of what you got to do.
We have to use bleach. And
Yeah.
our bleach is awesome.
Our bleach is great.
We'll be nice and we'll call it lightener.
Yes, we'll call
It's
it
not
lightener.
bleach. It's lightener.
Lightener.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's bleach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bleach.
But
it's
if it make your
fantastic.
little heart happy, we're gonna call it lightener.
Yes. Now, depending on what level we use, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, we're not
Double
going to be
40.
blowing your cuticle open with 40
Yeah.
and bleach. I mean,
If you
we
have a
wouldn't do that.
professional who knows how to use bleach, it's not a big scary B word.
Yeah.
It's not.
So thanks for joining us, guys, so much. We hope this answered some questions and hope that, when you come in, you still bring your pictures. We don't want to make you not bring your pictures.
No,
but we
please.
just want to
Bring all the pictures.
Yeah, we just wanted to explain from a hairdresser's point of view of expectations versus reality of what you're really going to get at the salon.
Love it.
So if you have any questions or comments, please ask below. Please go follow Stylist Megan Farmer on Instagram,
Yeah, and the rest of us.
Facebook, and
Blogspot.
Yes, and YouTube.
Follow
and
Young and the rest of us.
Young and the rest of us. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And
the beauty of it is my Facebook page, but I also have Instagram, Kylie_Ruth, and it's KYLEE.
yay! Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you guys later. Bye!